should you buy a TRD off-road or spend the big bucks and buy a TRD Pro? This is my personal TRD off-road, and I'm gonna explain in this video why I'm happy that I went with the TRD off-road. However, I do wish that it had some components that the TRD Pro has to offer. We also got a Tesla Cybertruck making a little cameo right there. Which one would you guys pick? Let me know in the comment section. The price difference of these two is pretty drastic. The TRD Pro starts at around $63,000. This one as spec'd is $68,000. The TRD off-road starts at 42-ish, and mine as spec'd without all the modifications on it is about 52. Mine is a non-hybrid, which you do have the option for that for a TRD off-road, along with a manual transmission, which that may be important to some people. Whereas over here, it is very mono-spec'd. It is only the hybrid 2.4 with the 8-speed transmission. That being said, this TRD Pro has a ton of power, I can tell, over my TRD off-road right there. I've been driving this one for the last week. It has convinced me that my next Tacoma will be a hybrid. The hybrid system is just that good. It has tons of low-end torque. I really enjoy it. As for appearance, you could pretty much make a TRD off-road look like a TRD Pro. There's been some dudes on Facebook. He did it with a bronze oxide. You can order the front bumper. You can order the grills. You can order the over fenders, and you will be a TRD Bro instead of a TRD Pro. Big thing that the Pro does come with too is some 33-inch tires if you guys do like these with the TRD wheels, and also the Fox QS3 shocks. So we have a billet upper control arm, TRD upper control arm, and we have the fully adjustable Fox shocks down here. My TRD off-road, however, it came with some BFG tires, which I actually really liked on some 17s. You can get the TRD off-road if you get the hybrid with 33-inch tires, which is pretty nice. It'll be the same size as this TRD Pro here. However, you only get the Bilstein mono tube shocks. However, it is nice. They do have like a little remote reservoir on them. The money saved with a TRD off-road over a TRD Pro, you could get some better suspension than that TRD Pro over there, hydraulic bump stops as well, whatever you want, for probably a cheaper price still out the door with a entry-level TRD off-road than you would on a TRD Pro. The one thing, however, that you can't replicate unless you really want to is the headlights. So even though my truck is a TRD off-road premium, I just have normal LED headlights, whereas the Pro over here, you get the nice premium headlights with the DRL. As we come to the back of these trucks, two differences you'll see. One, TRD exhaust, which actually sounds pretty killer, along with the ARB bumper and recovery hooks. Now, this one does have an automatic tailgate, it's a la carte, and it is optioned guys, with the scene lighting. My truck, I could get the scene lighting, but I just bought it too early to where that wasn't an option yet. And my bumper in the back is just a normal bumper, but again, aftermarket companies, you could put a different bumper back here, and these are not ARB recovery hooks, rather they are Nytop ones, but it's a super simple install, and I don't feel like I'm missing out. And as for exhaust, I now have a MagnaFlow exhaust on my truck, which sounds pretty decent, but to be honest, not as good as the TRD off-road exhaust. I feel like the hybrid models, they just hold a higher RPM range and stuff, and they sound a lot better. Now, one of the biggest thing why a lot of people are gonna go with a TRD off-road versus the TRD Pro has to go with the front seats and also the back seats. So these seats right here, normal, just typical Toyota seats, which allows us for the back here to have a bunch of space. So sitting behind myself as a driver at 5'11", I can get behind myself pretty much no problem. I could put the seat up just a little bit. I like to drive a little gangster sometimes, but my knees barely touching this. I have a decent amount of headroom. Another thing too that I like about it not being a hybrid is the fact that I actually have storage under my seat to have items like today's video sponsor, Huckberry. You guys can see the hat says taco right there. Felt it was fitting because we're talking about two tacos. We also have the Toyota Heritage colors with the Huckberry logo, and this particular shirt is a collaboration shirt between Toyota Tacoma and also Huckberry. But they have something like this. It's an emergency 3-pack. I'm sweating like crap right now in Florida, or let's say you're at the campsite, you drop some taco sauce or whatever on your shirt, right? They sell an emergency 3-pack, and it has the Toyota Heritage colors. Everything about this company, made in America. Even with this bag right here, it is 100% recycled. But they got 3 shirts in here, guys. Let's pull one out. Just a nice, clean, plain shirt. You guys can see the tag. This stuff is premium stuff. This shirt itself is very, very thick, so they're not cheap, right? Like, you go on their site, you're gonna be like, holy crap, why is it that much for a shirt? It's made in America, it's high quality, it's not gonna fall apart on you, and it's just these little details, right? This is a tag of the shirt, and it has the Toyota Heritage colors on it. So guys, I will leave a link in the description for you all if you guys wanted to pick up some taco collaboration merch with Huckberry. I've been wearing this shirt for about a week, not like consistently, and it's been really nice. And even these little shirts in here too, they're not just like cheap throwaway shirts. They're actually really cool. So with all that being said too, you guys can see the somewhat decent amount of space back here, just normal seats and stuff on that, not really hindered by the isodynamic seats. One thing too I want to note out on my truck, even though it's a premium, tons of plastic material, which we will notice not on the TRD Pro over there. As for the front seats too, we have soft touch right here, but again, nothing right here, but just a normal nice seat with our electronic functions right here, even the recline, which is a big thing, and our full lumbar support, heated and ventilated, which is sweet. Soft touch on the center console. All this stuff is going to be pretty much the same in both trucks. The shelf over there, the 14-inch screen, dual climate control. The only thing my truck does not have that truck does over there is right here. That one has a sway bar disconnect, but you can elect to get a TRD off-road with that too. Now coming over to the TRD Pro, you could already tell that we've lost a good amount of back seat space, but we do have soft touch right here on the rear door, which I actually do like. Climbing on inside, again, this is my driving position. I can barely like swing my legs in at all onto this vehicle. I do have my camera gear right there. But now I am clearly touching. I am clearly touching this whole seat, again, at my driving position of 5'11". I do like to sit back a little bit. But yeah, if I wanted to, I guess, be comfortable, I'd need to move my legs on the outside of this. But this whole just isodynamic seat thing, for it being a daily, is not ideal. That being said, however, these seats do what they are supposed to do while off-road. Your shocks right here down at the bottom, you can adjust them for off-road or on-road, and two, the truck comes with a little PSI gauges, and also these come off, so you're able to fill up these little pneumatic valves with a pump that is provided in the glove box. So you could set up your ideal pressure basically for the truck, both up and down and side to side, and it has like TRD on the back, kind of like faux carbon fiber, and these things really do cook while you're off-road. So premium luxury is your thing. You may want to step up to the TRD Pro, Trail Hunter, or also Limited, because you get all the soft touch materials right here on the door. Toyota, you need to do that on a TRD off-road premium. The fact that that thing is $50,000, right, for a premium truck, not even including the hybrid, and it just has plastic everywhere, is honestly kind of annoying. This one is a cockpit red interior. We have TRD Pro right there on the door. Again, with the ISO seats, they are not adjustable for the headrest, so everything is fixed. They are very tight, like they contour to a body really nice because it's supposed to keep you secured while you are off-roading. And then down here too, for all of our electronic buttons, right, if you're going to day-to-day this vehicle, you can't recline it automatically. Instead, there is a lever right here to recline the seats back. I never realized how much I fiddled with a seat while I'm driving. I don't have the best of a back, but I never realized like all the time I'm always adjusting that. And it was a little annoying to have to do it manually. I know, first world problems. But you still at least do have lumbar support, and you're able to adjust the bottom of the seat and everything too. This truck does have the integrated light bar, but again, people are doing that. Same with the 3 aux switches. You could get that on the TRD off-road. And two, we have an inverter in this truck. With it being a hybrid, it is a 2400 watt, but you can also get that on a TRD off-road. We do have a HUD in this one, which you cannot get in the TRD off-road. But aside from that, everything in here is the exact same. You know, it looks the same. We got the shelf over there. It's just dolled up with a bunch of TRD Pro goodies. Same with the black headliner, the moonroof, all that stuff you could get in the TRD off-road. And then lastly, automatic tailgate you can get in both of these trucks, which is pretty nice. So I guess, which one are you gonna get? So for me, the TRD Pro is always special. The TRD Pro is always a special truck. It's very, very cool. However, for this generation of Tacoma, it is so much more expensive than an entry level, I should say entry level, TRD off-road. If you're wanting all the features, a la carte, all that stuff, right? The TRD off-road, it's going to be around 56 to 57 once you get a hybrid engine in it. And aside from that, you're just looking at different suspension and a couple other little things, and you're almost at a TRD Pro price, right? But if you don't care about the hybrid engine and you're just wanting to build a TRD off-road to have the rear locker, to have the new crawl control system, the multi-terrain select, and you want to start out in a very low price, all day, you should be picking up a TRD off-road. It is a very good packaged truck. It has all the creature comforts that you would really need in a true off-roader. You don't need all of this fancy stuff. But again, that being said, there's just something about when you drive a TRD Pro, you know it's a TRD Pro. When people on Instagram post about TRD Pros, they are always the most viral pics. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know if it's the Instagram algorithm or what, but for some reason, TRD Pros are always popular within the Toyota ecosystem and family. So which one would you guys pick? Let me know down in the comment section, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, see you later.